Okay, good afternoon, good evening. It is 10 after 8. I'm a little bit late, but I've got so much I want to tell you about tonight. It's amazing all the stuff I have. So I'm hoping some folks are going to jump on here. Let me just see who's going to come. Let's see. Hey, Nell. All right, so I hope you found that video. Hey, Cheryl, I am cooking. I have cooked your casserole, but I want to show you a twist I did on it because I think you're going to like it. So, hey, Julie, I don't think I've seen you on here before. Hey, Dolores. I am really excited about this. I had a great day today. I don't know about y'all. The weather was beautiful. I went with a friend. We kind of went, went to some Christmas open houses today and enjoyed that. How do you like my new sweater? Walmart special. I love it. I think it was $9.99. I love it. I love this animal print stuff. Don't y'all? I mean, yeah. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Angie. Okay. So, real quick, here's what I'm going to do tonight. We're going to talk about the difference in grass-fed and organic and grain-fed beef. I want to talk about that. But first, I want to give you this recipe, and I will put it in an email. You know, I told you I would do that today, and I never did get around to putting that. What was the recipe I did last night? Oh, the roast. But you know, that roasted, there's thousands of those Mississippi roast recipes on the internet. So, you know, you can Google it, but I am going to send it out. So if I don't have your email, if you're not getting my emails, then send me your email, message me or something, because I'd love to do that. I'm going to be putting out some recipes, a lot of health information, just a lot of stuff. So even like this stuff right here that I'm going to share tonight, this is stuff you want to know, because what I say is what you don't know is what hurts you. What you don't know is what hurts you. And so I was telling you this week, I was talking to one of my clients. She'd been in my challenge, but she had not grasped all the information because there's so much to learn. And she had said, hey, Gina, hey, Thelma, hey, James, hey, Lucretia. She had said to me, I didn't know that fruit was bad for you. I said, fruit isn't bad for you unless you are insulin resistant. So if you have fat around the middle, then you're insulin resistant. What that means is you have stored the extra sugar that your body didn't need, and it's stored around the middle, and your pancreas has been pulled on too much to produce insulin, and so it's having a counter effect, and it's actually storing fat. And so I'd love to teach you how to move from being a sugar burning machine to a fat burning machine, and how to move from being a fat storing machine. Most people are storing fat every day, and they're gaining 15 to 20 pounds a year, and I want to help you stop that. And I know the frustration of that, because that's where I was. I was 30 pounds overweight. I was a health coach. I was a body pump instructor. I was working out hard. I was counting calories, but I didn't know the right information. But I got a coach, and once I found out the right information, then I was able to drop the weight, and now I just enjoy good food. I don't diet anymore. And gosh, I hated that dieting, and I hated going to the closet wearing those loose clothes. I was telling the girlfriend that we were stomping around Vidalia today, just going in little shops, and I said, you know, I don't want to buy any of those loose tops because I hated wearing those things. I always wore fitted things, but I certainly wasn't going to wear fitted things with that fat around the middle. So if you want to get rid of that, I want to help you, and it's possible. You can do it you can lose 25 pounds by Christmas easy. And if you're on here and you're in my program and you've done it, then just comment, okay? Just comment. You can do it too, or say something. Give me a like or love. I know I saw Nell. I think I saw a few more. Yeah, there you go. I see Nell liking. Nell has lost 50, almost, I think about 59, I can't remember how many pounds, but over 50 pounds. Nell is 75 years old. She started in October. She had back surgery. Her story is amazing, and she goes non-stop. I'm amazed at what all Nell does. All right, so real quick, I want to give you this recipe, but first I want to show you. All right, so here it is. Here's the cauliflower casserole, but I'm going to do a little different thing with it. So I'm going to set this over here because before that, I'm going to show you meatloaf. Now, you have seen my meatloaf. Many of y'all have seen my meatloaf because I love meatloaf and I make it all the time. And the reason I make it so much is because it's chock full of nutrients. Because here's what I add to it. And you're like, oh my gosh, what is that? Well, what that is, but first, let me show you something. All right, where is I have misplaced my, we're going to be in trouble. I have misplaced I can't do it without it, I don't think, but I'm going to try. Misplaced all right, so you see there? I don't know, you can't even see it. I'm going to show it to you. Here we go. So this is, let me make a place for it because this is hot, hot, hot. Okay. Oh, there's my mitt. Hold on. I'll be right back. I guess I need more than one of these. Okay. So look at this. This is amazing. It's my meatloaf. Now you might say, well, why do you make them so thin? Because I'm cooking them on 425 and I want to just cook them 15 or 20 minutes. I don't know about you, but I don't want to wait around on them to cook because we're ready to eat. So there you go, and I mixed up this little glaze to go on the top. So I'm going to sit these over here out of the way, and I'm going to show you how I made this up. Okay, so because some of you are new, you hadn't been on here before, and I know you've seen my meatloaf before, but here we go. So that is a pound of organic, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, and a blob of mayonnaise. I don't know. Is that 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise? I'm not sure. And in this right here, for 3 pounds, okay, I put a bell pepper. I did all this in the food processor now. A bell pepper, a red pepper, about 15 green onions, organic green onions. I did the green part too. 2 eggs, and now I'm going to add 1/4 cup of cassava flour. Okay, that's just going to hold it together. And I put about a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and I'm going to put some salt. All right, so that's too much salt. I'm going to put a little bit of salt. I'm going to chuck that over here. Okay, and I'm going to put some pepper. And I usually grind my own pepper, but I'm just not taking the time to do that. And then I put liquid aminos. So we don't use soy product just because the GMO that's involved in that. So I'm going to put probably about 3 tablespoons of liquid aminos. And I think that's it. So I'm going to dump this over in here. So remember now, this was egg and all those wonderful vegetables. Oh my gosh, organic, a red pepper and a green pepper. Oh, and two stalks of celery. So think about how much in this little bit, how much, now that was for 4 meatloaves, all right? So, but just think about how much goodness is in this. Now, when I mix this up, you don't want to mix it a lot. I mean, you want to get it mixed in, but when you shape it, you don't want to pack it, because if you pack it, then it ends up being kind of tough and dry. So even when you're making hamburgers, don't press all the air out of them. You know, let them be a little loose. Let it be a little loose, and that's what the mayonnaise does. The mayonnaise helps it. Now I put sour cream in the other one because I had it already dipped out, and you know it's just a fat. You want to add a fat and some moisture to it. So here we go. Now that's going to make a bunch. So this is for another dish I'm making. So let me get this over here so I can. All right, you see I've got parchment paper here. I love using parchment paper. Parchment paper doesn't have a right and wrong side. I kind of got squeezed in here. So I just put. You see, I don't mess with it a lot. I just that much, okay? I don't like to make mine really wide because I want them to fit in my lunchbox containers. So you know, after you do this a lot, this is food prep is what this is, okay? So this is what we're gonna have tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. And you know, here's what I say. You might think, well, gosh, I don't want to have meatloaf 3 days in a row. So what you gonna have? A hamburger, or chicken fingers, or something from a fast food? Honestly, that does not appeal to me at all. When I leave work, the last thing I want to do is stop at a fast food place and get fast food. I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna eat this. So you see how I've done it here, kind of. All right, and then I'm just gonna poke it with my finger, and that's so it's gonna cook evenly throughout. And then I'm going to wipe my hands off. Got a wet dish rag here, and there you go. And I'm gonna pop this in the oven. Here we go. Actually, I'm gonna put it on the bottom, and that's on 425. Let me get a little more of this off my hands. Okay. So I'm gonna do some experimenting with my meatloaf. If any of y'all ever cooked a meatloaf with cheese in it, I saw a lot of recipes for that. I thought I might try that. Okay, way to go, Karen. You prepped today. Awesome. This meatloaf, oh my gosh, y'all. I gotta bring this back over here and show it to you. I mean, this is so good. All right, let me see. I got a little plate here. And it's so moist and so, yeah, it's just so delicious. Look at that. I mean, oh me. And I do mix up a ketchup and mustard, and you could put swerve, you could put a little stevia. It's just a little, that's too hot for me to eat, but I am gonna taste it in a minute because it is so good. All right, so here we go. So that's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 servings. So, you know, for James, I won't eat as big a serving, but I eat a pretty good sized serving because I eat 1 meal a day. So I like to say I eat for less than $5 a day. That meal, you know, it's probably cost me $2 per meal. If not even that much, it's probably not that much. All right, so real quick, I want to get on to this. I can hardly wait to taste that. But anyway, I want to get on to this cauliflower casserole. You see that? So I used, because it's what I had, and Cheryl had made this recipe for our Connect group, and it was so good. She's such a great cook. This cauliflower is organic cauliflower, and it's multicolored. So what you're seeing there is the purple and green. There's some yellow and white. That's going to be pretty if you want to do this for Thanksgiving. And I'm going to tell you, this stuff, I mean, I never have really been crazy about macaroni and cheese too much, although my family, they love it. Yes, that meatloaf is delicious, Joyce. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this, I'm going to show you this casserole. All right, so here's the ingredients. So look up here. Here we go. This is a broccoli / spinach casserole. So Cheryl, that's what I'm going to do different. I'm going to add spinach instead of cauliflower. And the reason I wanted to try it. I wanted to see what it tastes like. I love spinach casserole. So, plus, I didn't have any more cauliflower, so that's a good reason, isn't it? Okay, so in this bowl here, I've got, because I just mixed up this other casserole, so I want to show you. So I've got a cup of, oops, I need to get a cup of mayonnaise. So here we go. I thought I had that out, but I didn't, but here we go. I'm gonna dip out. Actually, I'm gonna half it. So I actually am going to use a half a cup of mayonnaise, and I'm just going to say that's it, so I don't have to go to that process of putting it in the cup and taking it out. And then it calls for a teaspoon of garlic and 1 onion sauteed, and that's what that is right there. I sauteed an onion. Actually, this is a half, because this is a half a recipe, because I made the other half right there, but the whole recipe is up here if you want to make it. So you're going to put 22 ounces of broccoli. You can see this is 10 ounces of, not broccoli. I meant to put cauliflower, but you could put broccoli. You certainly could, but this is cauliflower, and this is actually spinach. Okay, so I'm putting that. That's the onion with the garlic, and then I put a cup of heavy whipping cream. Here we go, and 2 eggs. So here, what this is 2 eggs, and I wish you could see how beautiful these eggs are. They are cage-free eggs that I get from a friend that has chickens that run around in the yard like chickens are supposed to, instead of being cooped up in a pen all the time. So I'm just beating this up. And the reason you want to beat this up like this, you want your eggs to be fluffy, so it's like a souffle. If you just poured them in there and stirred it around, it's not going to be as fluffy. In fact, I'm going to add that last. All right, so here we go. I'm going to add a half a cup of sour cream, because it called for a whole cup, because remember, I'm making a half of a recipe here. All right, so let's see. Half a cup of sour cream. Well, actually, I think the recipe called for a half a cup. I'll straighten it out. I'll let you know for sure. Okay, and then, yeah, so I'm going to put the spinach in. So I took this spinach. This is organic spinach. And buying frozen organic vegetables at Walmart, they're $2 and maybe 30 cents. But the thing about frozen as opposed to fresh, a lot of the vegetables that are organic, they sit there and you don't even know how long they've been there. So if you buy it frozen, what they do is they freeze it at the farm. So it's fresh frozen or flash frozen, and it's just going to possibly have more nutrition. By the way, there's 30 to 40% more nutrients in organic vegetables than there are in plain. So I'm going to stir this up first, because I don't want to smash down my heavy whipping cream and eggs. And so there you go, there's that. And then I'm going to put this in. Let me put that right there. And gosh, okay, so I'm not going to cook this tonight, because I want it to be fresh cooked tomorrow for lunch. But I do have this cauliflower, and we've already eaten, so I don't usually eat close to bedtime. So I'm going to give you a health hack here, okay? So that is beautiful. You see that? I could spoon that. Oh, here's my casserole. All right, so I would spray this casserole with coconut oil. Don't use Pam. That's that old, I don't even know what that is. It's some kind of spray, but whatever. Use your coconut oil, spray that in here. Now, I probably would enjoy this better in a bigger casserole, so that it would, have more brown part, but this is the one I got out right here, right now. And get you a spoonula. If you don't have a spoonula, not a spatula, a spoonula. If you don't have one, then you need to get one. Here's what it looks like. It looks like a spoon, but it's a spatula as well. So that gets all the goodness out of there. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna shake it around, and then I'm gonna put cheese on the top, and I'm gonna save this and bake it tomorrow, because I want it to come out of the oven hot when we get ready to eat it, and that is gonna be delicious. And you know that Mississippi roast that I made? We're gonna have that and this tomorrow. And what else would you want? Meatloaf's going to be probably for the next day. So we're going to finish off that roast, because we didn't eat that. I don't like to waste food. What was I about to tell you? I think I told you about the spoonula. All right, so excuse me just a minute. Oh my gosh, that meatloaf. I love my meatloaf. So I signed up a couple this week, and they're retired, and bless his heart, he's diabetic, and he's really struggling to control it. And so I asked him, I'm like, so what is the story you've been telling yourself? Because they obviously knew they weren't healthy. What is the story you've been telling yourself that gives you permission to eat things that you know are not optimal? And he said, well, I don't, nothing really. And so I was talking to her, and I said, well, you know what a lot of people do that are diabetic, they say, well, I'll just take more insulin. And she pointed at him and she said, yes, that's exactly what you say. And that's the wrong information, because more insulin just means the sugar was already in your body, and that's not a healthy thing, because your body can't metabolize it. It was already in your finger, it was already in your eye capillaries. it was already doing the damage to your kidneys and your liver, and if you've got fat around there, then that is you've got fatty liver, you've got fat around your organs, and it's very, very dangerous. So I just want you to know that you can get rid of it. All right, so I promised you I was going to talk to you about grass-fed as opposed to grain-fed, and what's the big deal about GMOs and all that. So here we go. So so there's two kinds. There's grain-fed cows, which is where they pin them up and they just feed them grain for 2 or 3 months to fatten them up, because they want them to be fat so they can sell them. All right. So just let me tell you, animal fat is healthy. Look at America. The low-fat diet did not work for America. I'm probably one of the most energetic, healthiest 63-year-olds I know, and the people that I see that are on this nutrition plan are much healthier. Their cholesterol comes down, their triglycerides come down almost, within 2 or 3 weeks when they have their blood work done. Almost every person I see. So here we go. So you think, well, why should I pay extra money for organic meat or grass-fed meat? How do I know? So what's the difference? So first of all, grass-fed versus grain-fed has 5 times more omega-3s versus omega-6s. So your grain-fed beef has omega-6, and that is not something you want in your body, okay? That's a toxin. Your body actually wants to get rid of the omega-6s, so why would you put it in your body? So here's what I like to say. Why would you eat something from an animal that ate something that you wouldn't eat, okay? So you wouldn't eat those toxins, all right? The second thing is the grass-fed has more CLA, which is an antioxidant. The grass-fed has 3 times more healthy fat, okay? It has more vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all of those things. So the grass-fed beef. Now, you want it to say grass finished, because a lot of times what they do, some farmers, they'll grass feed them, and then at the end they'll shut them up and they'll feed them grain. And you don't want that. You want animals that have been fed grass. You also want milk from grass-fed, and butter and sour cream and all that. Now, that's hard to get here in Vidalia, but you want milk from those folks. So right here, I got this at Walmart. This is Market Side Butcher, never ever added any hormones or antibiotics. And here's what it said. Market Side Butcher beef is grass-fed and grass-finished beef from cattle that are never given any added hormones, antibiotics, or steroids. Our range-free cattle are raised on pastures where they are able to roam free and graze to produce delicious, tender beef. Okay, so, and you might say, well, y'all don't ever buy Walmart beef. Well, this isn't Walmart beef. They purchased this from these farmers that are really interested in having, healthy food for us to eat. All right, so we're going to go over here and get into a little bit more of the science behind this, because I think you want to know this, All right, so the biggest point in the difference in grass and grain-fed is the grass-fed has GMO, which is genetically modified, and what that means is it has glyphosate, which is what's in Roundup, and they spray it, and so it's honestly, they put more. There's 20 times more of this glyphosate in the animal feed than in the grass, than what's in the grass. So if you're eating grain-fed beef, then you're actually ingesting this glyphosate, which is a carcinogen, okay? So the reason for this GMO, the reason they modified it, is for them to resist insects and disease and weeds. They wanted to kill the weeds, but guess what? It's having an effect on us. I believe that the toxins that we're eating, the artificial sweeteners, the toxins we're getting in cereals and grains and all the things we're eating is what's causing so much Alzheimer's. and so much dementia and so much aches and pains. I know the sugar. I mean, I've had 3 clients this week that just started said, I'm already noticing my fingers don't hurt, okay? So that's what you got to look forward to is health. Health. That's what I want you to do is help yourself. So I hope you will try this casserole. I hope you'll try the meatloaf. And this week I'm going to try to make up some salmon stew. I'm going to make, I'm probably going to make a dessert because, it's getting Thanksgiving. And I want so much to get, I bought those black walnuts, so I want to make something with the black walnuts. So it's probably going to be a pumpkin cake. I looked up a recipe today for a pumpkin cake with the glaze on it. So there's so many good options. I hope you won't think, well, it's Thanksgiving, so I can't start on a diet now. Well, it's one day, and it's one meal. Why would you let that get in your way from being healthy, okay? So if you want to get my recipes, if you want to get my information, you need to give me your email. So put it in the comments below or message it to me, and I'll add you to my email list because I'm going to be sending out some really good information that you're going to want to know. Because remember, I told you, what you don't know is what's hurting you, okay? And once you know, then you can grow. So I look forward to seeing you maybe tomorrow night. I'm not sure. I'm actually going to be speaking up at a ministry tomorrow, so I got a big day ahead. Oh no, not tomorrow night, because I do my mastermind group with my As a Man Thinketh group. So we won't have a video tomorrow, unless I do one tomorrow afternoon. But go back and catch this video. If nothing else, catch the end where I talked about the difference in grass-fed and grain-fed. And I hope you have a great night. Sleep well.